My First Bible presents Israel Asks for a King. It's been a long time, and Samuel was now old.
Hey.
He had two sons. The eldest son, his name was Joel, and the second, Abijah. Samuel made them judges of Israel, but neither of them followed his father's example, but that both were carried away by greed and accepted bribes. When cases arose that needed to be resolved, people told them, "Hey, well, look, I know my friend is guilty, but I'm going to give you a little present. I'll give you this if you say he's innocent, that there's not enough evidence to convict him, and that they should let him go as if nothing happened. What do they say?" And they let themselves be convinced. They accepted the bribe, preventing justice. That's why the elders and leaders of Israel, they were upset, and they gathered in Ramah where Samuel lived to talk to him. And they said to him, "Look, Samuel, you have already grown old, and your children, well, your children do not follow your example. They do what they want, and they are not good judges, and you know it. That's why we came to tell you that we want a king to rule us."
Hey.
"How so? What do you want, a king?" asked Samuel. "Yeah, we want a king, as well as other nations." "But why do they want a king if we have the King of Kings? We have our God." "No, we want a king." When they told him this, Samuel was upset, and he began to pray to the Lord. But the Lord said to him, "Samuel, give them what they ask for. They are not rejecting you, but they are rejecting me again. They do not want me to reign over them, despite everything I've done for their love since I brought them out of Egypt until today. They continue to abandon me to serve other gods. So pay attention to them, but warn them clearly how a king will treat them." So Samuel returned to where the people were and said to them, "Do you know what having a king entails? If you have a king, its best properties, vineyards, and fields will be for him. Your children will have to join the army, and your daughters will also be taken away from you to work in the palace. Besides, you will have to give a percentage of your crops and profits to give them to officials and ministers. This thing about having a king is no small thing. You are going to lose much more." However, the people did not listen to Samuel, and they answered him, No. We already told you that we want a king to rule us. So we will be like the other nations with a king who represents us, and let him march before us when we go to war." "I warned you, when that day comes, you will cry out to the Lord because of the king you chose, but the Lord will not answer you." Nah. After listening to what the people wanted, Samuel sent them back to their homes. "Go home. Return to your villages." From that moment on, Samuel set out to find a king for Israel, until one day, Jehovah revealed to Samuel who will be the king of Israel and what he should do when he saw him. There was a young man from the tribe of Benjamin, from a highly respected family, who was the son of Kish. Sis, he was the son of Abiel. Abiel, son of Zeror. Zeror, son of Bechorat. Bechorat, son of Aphiah. Aphiah, son of a Benjamite. Sis had a son called Saul, a tall, good-looking, and handsome young man like no other Israelite. One day, the donkeys of his father Sis were lost, and Sis, he asked Saul to go with his servant to look for them. So they set off. Saul and the servant, they visited many places, to the mountains, regions, and cities, but they didn't find them. When they came to a territory called Zuph, Saul said to his servant, "You know what? We better go. Let's go back home, lest my father begin to worry more about us than the donkeys." Wait, answered the servant. In this town lives a man of God, a prophet who is very good. Everything he says comes true. Why don't we go see it? Maybe he'll tell us where to find the donkeys. But if we go, what can we offer him? Saul asked. We have nothing left to eat, nor do we have a gift to offer him. Oh, no. Look, here I have a 4 shekel of silver. We can give him this to show us the way. Okay, let's go. That being said, they went to the town where the prophet was. On the way, they found some young girls who were going to draw water from a well. And they asked them, "Excuse me, is the prophet in this city?" "Yeah, it's further ahead," they answered. "Just arrived in town, and the people are waiting for him to offer a sacrifice at the high place. You must hurry if you want to find him. Go, go!" Saul and his servant headed quickly towards the city. They were coming in when Samuel met them. The moment Samuel saw Saul, the Lord said to him, "There you have the man I told you about." Arriving at the city gate, Saul approached Samuel and asked, "Excuse me, do you know where the prophet is? Where can we find it?" "I am the prophet," Samuel replied. "Perfect! Look, we—" "Calm down," Samuel interrupted. "Come with me, and today you will eat with me. Tomorrow, when you can leave, I will answer all your concerns." "But we—" "Come. As for the donkeys that went missing 3 days ago, don't worry anymore, that they have already found them." They were both amazed. "I told you he was good. But how does he know about the donkeys?" "Well, he is a prophet." Then Samuel said to Saul, "What Israel longs for most, it has to do with you and your family." Why are you telling me that?" asked Saul. "If I am from the tribe of Benjamin, which is the smallest in Israel, and my family is the least of the tribe of Benjamin." So Samuel took Saul and his servant into a hall and gave them a special place among the guests. There were about 30 of them. Then Samuel told the cook to bring the portion of meat that he himself brought him to serve it to Saul. There they ate together. Later, Samuel talked with Saul on the roof of his house. The next day, Samuel accompanied them to the outskirts of the city. So Samuel said to Saul, "Tell your servant to go ahead, but you, stay a moment. I have a message from God for you." The servant stepped forward, and Samuel took a flask of oil and poured it on Saul's head. Then he kissed him and said to him, "The Lord is the one who has chosen you to govern his people. You will be the one to lead the Israelites. You are the anointed king of the Lord. Today itself, so you can see that this is true, I'll give you some signs. The first sign, it is while you are on the way near Rachel's grave, you will see 2 men. They will tell you that they have already found the donkeys they were looking for, but your father now is more concerned about you. Later on, when you reach the great tree of Tabor, you will meet 3 men who are heading to Bethel to worship God. One of them is carrying 3 goats, the other loaves, and the other a wineskin. After greeting you, they will give you 2 loaves of bread, and you will take it. After that, you will reach the hill of God. Entering the city, you will meet a group of prophets, and behind them, there will be men playing tambourines, flutes, lyres, and harps. But you will join the prophets, and you will prophesy with them, and you will be a new person. After these signs, you will do what seems right to you, because God is with you. Then we will meet at Gilgal. We will gather to offer a burnt offering to the Lord. You will wait for me for 7 days, and when I arrive, I'll tell you what you have to do."
Bye-bye.
And so, when Saul turned to walk away from Samuel, God changed his heart, and that same day were fulfilled exactly all those signs that Samuel told him. After all this, Samuel summoned all the people of Israel in Mizpah to reveal who would be the king. Samuel had all the tribes come closer, and they cast lots. Among all the tribes, the tribe of Benjamin was chosen. Then luck fell on the family of Cis. And finally, the lot fell on Saul, who will be the new king of Israel. And who is Saul?
No clue.
Has that man come here? They wondered. Everyone was looking for Saul, but they couldn't find him. So the Lord told Samuel where he was. And Samuel said to the Israelites,
Saul is here. He has hidden himself among the luggage.
So they were running, and they took him out of there. And when Saul stood in the midst of the people, they saw that he was so tall and handsome. People exclaimed, "Look to the man whom God has chosen! There's no one like him in this town."
Long live the king!
And this will be our king?
Boo! Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
And so Saul became the first king that Israel had.
Hey, subscribe, comment, give us your powerful like, and follow us on our social networks.
Hey, we will greet our friends who have commented on our post. If you want a greeting in the next video, follow us and comment on the latest posts on our networks, Instagram and YouTube. The next greetings go to Adriel Ishkoy from Colorado, USA, Jellybean from Trinidad, Nicole and Shania from Jamaica, The Campers in DFW, Texas, Jackson, who's from Nigeria, Caden and Kavea from Jamaica, Benjamin, Evan, and Abby. Family, Zachariah, Destiny, Malik, and Josiah from Israel. Madison from San Bernardino. The Mulders Chapel International, Ghana. Jamelia and Donnet Boswell Hamilton and KJ from Jamaica. Mikhail from South Africa. Donna George. Sam Lendl from Vancouver, Washington, USA. Vincent. Elijah, Matthew, and Luke from Rhode Island, USA. Liz G. Thay from Kenya. Zoe, Amber, Eli, Noah from South Africa. Chloe and Jack from Portugal. Jenny. Jamian and Jeriel from South Africa. David and Jesse from the Philippines. Anna Ulu. Siobhan, Freya, Janelle, Aaron, and Alan from Germany. Thank you very much for all your great support!